Versus Middle, the semi-final. Here's how the two teams got here.
Middlesbrough and Sunderland. 30 minutes separates them by car along the A19, but it's only 20 minutes that stands in their way of a place in the final. Sunderland's route to the semi-final started in less than convincing fashion. But the Black Cats seemed to have 9 lives as 2 power play goals saw them ease through in the end. The quarter-finals saw them face the Chelsea superstars. They must have thought it was Christmas with the old white-haired man handing out gifts like that, but it wasn't. It's September, for heaven's sake. And Sunderland legend John Byrne was rather predictably on fire with 2 goals.
Fantastic.
Borough, on the other hand, have already experienced an Allstars derby. Middlesbrough versus Birmingham lived up to all the expectations by being quite a dull encounter, which was only lit up by the right foot of Maguire. Well, Julian's right foot very nearly didn't make the Borough All-Stars team. Having done enough to impress Neil Warnock in the trials, Maguire's lucky break turned into an unlucky one.
I knew it was fairly serious because the ankle had twisted round quite a lot. And the following morning I went down to Ealing Hospital and had it checked out there. I told the consultant who was looking at it, whatever it is, make sure it's not a fracture. And when I came back from X-ray, he said, no, I'm afraid it is a fracture. So I was a bit gutted and thought maybe my chance had gone.
But Maguire battled through the pain barrier to make the tournament. Break a leg, Julian.
To come back from an ankle break, that shows you how much it means to these guys. You know, he could have quite easily bowed out and let somebody else take his place, but he knows that opportunities are rare, and he's did ever so well.
Great story, what a great story that is.
As well. And the thing about both these teams is we know now that their fans and even their celebrities are of a high standard, and Rodney, that really has made all the difference, hasn't it?
You said it earlier on, Rod, you said it's the difference is the fans that you've got.
That's right, and it has for me, Alan. I'll tell you what as well, I think the pros have been terrific, I think the celebrities have been great, but it's been the amateurs for me that have been the best. They've been absolutely brilliant. I promise you one thing, in my opinion, I think it will be an amateur or who wins it or loses the final here tonight.
That sounds pretty, I don't want to think about it. The teams are ready, let's see the first semi-final.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome your first semi-finalists. It's Middlesbrough versus Sunderland! Played for Middlesbrough and the Butterwick Children's Hospice and Teesside Hospice tonight are legends Craig Hignett, Bernie Slaven, Miguel Beck, goalkeeper Jim Platt. Our celebrities, famed Academy star Alistair Griffin, TV drama actor Mark Stobbart, Speedway champion Gary Havelock, and our fans, IT consultant Julian Maguire, ice cream cone manufacturer Tony Ravani, and sports science lecturer Stephen Avewaite. And playing for Sunderland and the Family Learning Project tonight are legends John Byrne, Marco Gambardini, Andy Melville, goalkeeper Ian Hesford, and our celebrities, Big Brother star Liam McGough, Emmerdale actor John Nagan, our coronation, our actor Rocky Marshall, and our fans, airbag manufacturer Mick Hall, youth worker Paul Hewitson, and fitness instructor Craig Hubbard. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your teams. Enjoy the game.
Here we go then, semi-final night, folks, on the Premier League All-Stars. And our grand final tonight still to come. Who's going to get there? Dermot Gallagher, the man in the middle tonight. Steve Claridge is alongside me. Steve, I tell you something, as enthralled as I've been by the Premier League All-Stars all week, bring back the dancers, man, seriously.
I'm not really sure whether I can comment on that, knowing who's listening to this, so let's just move on very swiftly. I got into enough trouble after... Anyway, let's just move on.
Rocky Marshall drafted in at the last minute because Joe Simpson is unable to play here through injury today. The Holby City actor, a late call-up into the Sunderland squad. So it's Sunderland in their famous red and white stripes, black shorts, black socks, Borough in their changed white and gold kit here. And what a big night for them. They're playing for their charities, desperate to win the £100,000.
Nice sort of local derby, Andrew.
Adds a little bit of extra spice to semi-final number one here. Craig Hubbard, who's been one of the stars of this show, the Middlesbrough fan. Gabbiadini with a loose ball, but Liam from Big Brother steals it away from the feet of Mikael Beck. He's like a steam train through there.
Can't go round, go through.
Exactly, John Nagan over on the far side. Saw him down by the change rooms earlier on. I said, are you feeling confident? He goes, I'm confident I could walk in about a week's time. I'm absolutely knackered, he said. Alistair Griffin on the far side then. There's Tony Ravadi, the ice cream cone manufacturer. He's trying desperately to think of some ice cream puns, but I think Helen's used them all. Hubbard, for the first time, shot down there. And Jim Platt equal to it.
Yep, good little run as well. I mean, it's started off at a fair old pace. I mean, there's people... every time I went to the ground, I took my skin off. I can't think how everybody else can do what they do and not come up feeling it.
Well, you're man or your mouse. Come on.
Yeah,
how hard is it?
I didn't get kicked enough, did I? When I was playing, so...
Well...
Yes, it's nice up here, Andrew, I tell you, it's not, don't get out up here.
Rocky Marshall is still only just putting his shin pads on. He's barely had time to get ready. Nagan, decent ball! And what a chance that was there. A wonderful opportunity for Marco Gabbiadini.
Well, we played Middlesbrough last night, and I think Sunderland have already created more chances than we did in the whole game, so certainly more open game than ours was last night. They look a decent side, Sunderland, in all honesty.
Liam McGough taken down there, and it was a lunging challenge by Tony Ravadi, who I presume wouldn't have wanted Liam to win Big Brother by that sort of challenge. Here's Mikael Beck, Danish international, spent 3 years at Middlesbrough, relegated with them in his first season, as well as reaching the FA Cup final in that amazing season that Middlesbrough had at the Riverside. Here's Griffin.
I think they actually lost to us as well. Coca-Cola Cup final as well.
When you say us, Steve, that doesn't narrow it down.
Sorry,
to be more specific.
Yes, sorry, Leicester.
Now again, forward, ducked on his backside. Gabbiadini infield. Here's Craig Hubbard now. It's a 1-against-3 chance here for Sunderland. And coming across for Borough to cover was Mark Stobart.
Sunderland are definitely the punters' favourites. I've seen, everybody I've asked before this game said that they should go through, but I'm not so sure. I think Middlesbrough could actually be growing into their stride. They seem to have got better as the tournament's gone on. It should be a tight game, this.
Here's Mick Hall. Didn't quite get that one right. I just wonder how key you feel Andy Melville has been for Sunderland as we watch Craig Hignett on the Middlesbrough bench. He's been patrolling that back line all through this tournament. He's kept his head down. He's made very little fuss down there, but he's actually been a key.
I mean, it depends how you use the two legends, doesn't it? If you have one at the back and one at the front, it just depends how you use them and what sort of impact they're having on the game.
Bit of intricate passing. They're leaving 3 players back here, but Bernie Slavin with the knockdown has Mikael Beck in support. Poor control from him, and in fact a poor touch as well.
I mean, you look at the difference. I mean, Middlesbrough have not got a legend back in their own half. Mikael Beck's breaking and Bernie Slavin's playing right up top. So, they've got to have a fairly decent side to be able to do that.
Middlesbrough beat Newcastle on penalties, of course. Mikael Beck scored the winner, and we're going to have a cooler moment. The blue card is out early on here. 6 minutes remaining. And Sunderland's Rocky Marshall, late into the competition, late into the game. Time wasting, I think.
He's late into the game, but he's quick into the cooler, isn't he?
I think he stops him taking the free kick.
I'm not even sure.
That's it.
I'm not sure he's even warmed up before he's gone into the cooler, actually.
Well, Sunderland then short-handed for 2 minutes with Rocky Marshall in the cooler.
Harsh, wasn't it?
A little.
He set the standard, doesn't he?
Okay, Rocky, do you know the rules for this?
Well, no, I'm picking him up.
Alistair Griffin.
Is that a record of being
Melville will
put in
hit
a corner,
away.
I guess, 10 seconds?
Now, there's a man who was drafted in late to the side, John Byrne, to replace Don Goodman in game 2. That was the quarter-final the Middlesbrough played against Birmingham. And let's go pitch side, Craig Johnston.
Rocky Marshall, we were filling. Do you know the rules to this tournament?
I think I'm picking him up pretty quickly. Don't block free kicks when I'm trying to take them. I was sitting at home on my sofa about 2 hours ago, if that's an excuse. I've come straight out of the cab, run here, kit on, and got confused. Now I'm off, and I'm collecting my mind.
Good excuse, good luck.
Bernie Slavin then with plenty of support forwards. Ravadi, Hignett square. Bernie Slavin needs a bit of help here, Big Bernie. The living legend, as they call him in the northeast. Corner.
Good little run, wasn't it? Held it up. Thinking a bit of skill, and then he got the crossing. And that's what you want. If you've got someone up front who can get hold of it, make an option for you as you look forward, and you've got a chance.
Scored last night for the Borough, didn't he, Bernie Slavin? Middlesbrough's fan Julian Maguire with a little loose touch. Slavin sniffing around though as the ball came in. Vital interception there by Mick Hall.
Yes, it was a good little bit of defending, wasn't it? Saw the danger, anticipated it well.
Time for Stobart to control the chest. Sunderland back to full strength as Rocky Marshall returns. So they've got away with that one, Steve.
I'm not sure. Was he breathing heavy from the run from the cab or actually the walk onto the pitch when we interviewed him?
Another cagey game here tonight. It seems to be only West Ham who come with the mentality of, if we have to score 6 to win, we'll do that.
Yeah, but they've normally conceded 5 by then, haven't they? So there wasn't really a great deal of option left to them the other night, was there? 2 men down and a goal down.
Bernie Slavin. Hignett wants the ball, but he's not going to get it. That's a decent little run there by Gary Havelock, who's already scored in this tournament. Stobart drills it in.
Ooh. Extravagant Cruyff, wasn't it?
Jim Byrne forwards. Man in the middle is Nyagam. If they can pick him out, they can. But Nyagam couldn't control. Did he cheek that one down?
I'm not. Well, it was one of them. He didn't know whether to head it or chest it, did he? And in the end, he did neither. But it was a decent ball. Great ball in by Rocky.
You won't be surprised to know, folks, that there's a very pro West Ham crowd in here tonight. West Ham coming up next against Manchester United in the second of our live semi-finals here at the Allstars Arena. And the grand final tonight as well. Slavin goes down, not happy with Hignett, and he's giving him rockets down there. Here's John Byrne. Try and tell me this doesn't mean something to Bernie Slavin. Wonderful bit of skill. Hubbard, still Hubbard. Nayagam, surely.
Great bit of play, and it all came from the confusion on the halfway line between Slavin and Hignett. Bernie Slavin's absolutely tore him to pieces.
Maguire, Hignett, Melville. That's the block again, and Andy Melville there doing a sterling job of defending.
It's difficult to change direction and just get that extra yard to get, to get the shot off. It's so tight out there.
Paul Hewitson down there having a bit of attention from the physio because he's got a hamstring problem. Minute to go till the power play. Here's Bernie Slavin, tries to find some room to shoot. Oh, Bernie! What a goal! Bernie Slavin, and that's why the Borough fans call him the living legend. Borough, 1-0 up.
Oh, that's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? I mean, that's the luxury of being able to play in your rightful position. Great turn. Look at that for a finish, by the way. Goalkeeper absolutely floundering.
Absolutely nothing Ian Hesford could do about that. He's been a fine goalkeeper through this tournament. Nothing's going to stop that one.
Oh, that was that's probably one of the best toe pokes I've ever seen. Fantastic strike.
Is that a backhanded compliment there?
She's got a very powerful big toe, that's all.
Scored, of course, in that Newcastle game. Borough's second goal of the night when they finished 3-3. Didn't take a penalty in the shootout that followed,
though. We played them last night, and they weren't bad, Middlesbrough. I thought they were a fairly decent side. I mean, they gave us the run around for long periods of it, and I expected them to do well tonight, and so far, they've done OK.
Well, Sunderland had a couple of big scamps as well, beating Villa 6-3, and then Chelsea by a couple of goals to nil on the programme last night. You can hear the fans counting down in the background because we're about to go into power play. Sunderland will clear away. Here's Craig Hubbard. Gets the ball out from under his feet pretty well. Gabbiadini is forwards. Here's Marshall. Well, a late call-up, and you can forgive him a couple of mistakes here, Steve, but I tell you what, he's a bit of a hindrance to the Sunderland team at the moment.
Oh, you want to be a bit harder on him, don't you? Oh, he's still finding his feet.
Hignett. Oh, pulls down Nayagam, but gets away with it. Sunderland may well benefit, though, from the advantage David Gallagher played. Gabbiadini, Hubbard, Gabbiadini wants it back again. And it was a great bit of defending by Steve Eichwaite, the lecturer in sports science.
Mick Hall needs to open his mouth because he's made a great overlap to Marco Gabbiadini.
Here's the corner, into the power play, and that would have been an excellent goal. And how about that for an opportunity for Rocky Marshall to silence the critics? Or the critic, or me.
Yes, absolutely. It was a great opportunity. Yeah, again, I don't think he knew what to do with it. Last time they didn't know whether to head it or chest it, and now I don't think he knew whether to head it or volley it.
Final seconds here if Sunderland are to go ahead in this game because power play goals count double, but the time will beat them here in the Allstars Arena. A cagey, nervy first half affair, but Bernie Slavin's toe poke separates the two sides. The late call-up to the Sunderland squad, Rocky Marshall with a chance right at the end of the first half. As it stands, though, at the break, it's Middlesbrough 1, Sunderland 0.
Not bad stuff.
Only one thing to say, what a goal.
Great goal. Bernie Slavin.
Toe poke. Yeah, good feet, quick feet.
It was great feet. It was good feet. But he's in the right place all the right time. He knows the toe pokes here, there.
He's like you, right? He always scores goals. Goal scorers will always score goals.
Yeah. Absolutely, it was awesome.
Dave, you were saying that the Borough side, because you were watching last night as well, that the Borough side had to scrap for everything.
I think the Borough side have actually won both their games, whereas Chelsea gave the quarter-final to Sunderland. And I think Sunderland had to perform. Peter Bonetti gave them a goal, Alex Stewart gave them a goal, so we don't really know how good they are.
Yeah.
Whereas Bernie Slavin in front of goal is lethal, and he looks like Morrissey if he wasn't a vegetarian.
but we do know what's going to happen now.
What?
They have to come out and they have to score goals, so they've got to push players forward.
Absolutely. I think we're going to see the goal. We got the goal. I think we got the goal, haven't we? It's a great goal. Bernie's touch is so good here. He's running away from. He's actually running away from goal.
Right foot, left foot, drag back.
He's running away from goal. He's great feet.
Right
look
foot,
at that. Look.
left foot,
and it's toe poke, top corner. That's fantastic.
And he changed his feet as well. There we go.
That's brilliant.
Left foot.
Fantastic Bernie quality, those.
and it is still only half-time. Later, policeman Dave Rimmer will play for Manchester United, but that's not the only reason Tamer Hassan isn't playing for West Ham in that semi. He's banned after his red card on Friday.
Yeah, I'll be talking to Tamer in a few minutes. Plus, after the break, we'll find out whether it's Sunderland or Middlesbrough who will emerge triumphant from this tease and wear derby. See you in a minute.
In the deadliest prison on earth, the only...
Welcome back then to the Allstars arena here. A late blow here in this competition for Paul Hewitson, who has tweaked a hamstring and can't continue. So the two Sunderland fans, Craig Hubbard and Mick Hall, will have to play the entire half. We're also hearing from the Middlesbrough bench at half-time, a row broke out between Craig Hignett and Mikael Beck, who starts here the second half and will contest the drop against Marco Gabbiadini.
Any chance Craig Hignett actually getting on with anyone tonight?
Arguing about tactics, Steve. What tactics? It's just... it's ad-lib down there, isn't it?
Just run about as much as you can.
Do something. Go and do something. Bernie Slavin then, who's already scored one. Mikael Beck in support. See what he was trying to do. Trying to catch everybody out, I think.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I was out there last night and I'm trying to say that was, you know, one of the greatest shots, but I know how difficult it is out there. You know, all of a sudden you're sort of a little bit more reserved up here. It wasn't the greatest shot in the world, I've got to say.
Melville. Gabbiadini to try and find some room in the box. Great defending down there by Steve Athwaite. Melville forward again, Niagam won't keep it in, and Melville frustrated down there, shouting at Niagam immediately. And that, Steve, I would imagine, is a big frustration for you legends when you play a pass and a Celebra fan doesn't control it. Yeah, you're used to playing with better players, aren't you?
Well, I don't know, some of the players I've played haven't been that good, so... But I know what you mean. I mean, they do some things that... I think a lot of the time it's just what their awareness of what's around them when they get the ball, you know, just a simple ball on, or the you know, the overlap ball, just a little 5-yard ball that they just see the goal and that's it. They're not quite aware of what's around them, but you know, it's their tournament. It's, you know, the tournament's for them to enjoy, and you know.
£122 million from the Premier League's creating chances prize fund up for grabs for the winners. Middlesbrough playing for the Butterwick Children's Hospice and Teesside Hospice. Sunderland are playing for the Family Learning Project, and that was a great chance for Sunderland through their captain, Craig Hubbard.
I'm not sure what Tony Rivardi's doing there. I mean, the ball's been played in. He's got to stay tight with him here. Look at Tony Rivardi, drops off. It just allows Hubbard to bring it down and strike. And get up behind him.
John Niagam will tackle Mikael Beck. Bernie Slavin. Ball staying pretty close down there. There's no room. It's so crowded. Craig Hubbard stolen the ball. 2-on-2 chance, but Borough getting Stobart and Beck back as quick as they can. Gabbiadini still. Wonderful save down there. Rebound. Craig Hubbard sliding in alongside Tony Rivardi.
I don't think he was too chuffed with that, Tony Rivardi, but I think he's got every right to go for it.
There was a loose ball there to be won. Sliding in down there. Andy Melville keeps the ball between his legs and then he's fouled. Gary Havelock, and off to the corner he goes. That's the second of the game. I'm not sure. Incharitable move.
I'm not sure which ball Gary Havelock thought he was going to kick there.
They had a choice of three.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go for the biggest one. Gabbiadini, great chance now for Sunderland, but Borough again have players back. Hubbard in the middle. Oh, Platt just let it squeeze through his arm there. Let's go pitch side. Craig Johnston.
Andy lashed out a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit silly. A little bit silly challenge. Dermot was right to send me off. Hopefully the lads will just dig in now and just until we get to full strength, and hopefully you can nick something at the end.
Great, thank you.
Andy Melville remains in the corner then, 6.5 minutes in the game, and Bernie Slavin there tried to pick out Julian Maguire, who I'm told His first memory, Julian Maguire, is watching the 74 Cup final. He was amazed by the football that the Dutch were playing that afternoon. Hasn't learned from it, but he certainly admired it.
I was going to say.
John Bernard.
He must have forgot the match very quickly.
Here's Hignett, look at the pace. He's got Slaven in the middle if he can pick him out, back post. Trying his best down there, Craig Hignett, who also played in that cup final team, scored the first ever goal at the Riverside Stadium for them.
Hey, Craig Hignett's got an added incentive as well.
Go on.
Because he was supposed to have been at a wedding. His missus was maid of honour, and he didn't go to the wedding Saturday, so what he's going to do is try and stay down there as long as possible, so that when he goes home, she might have forgotten about what happened Saturday.
Poor Mrs. Hignett probably thought those sort of excuses were coming to an end when Craig left Hartlepool in the summer and drew a line under his professional career. 7 seconds left on Andy Melville's cooler session. Here's Bernie Slaven, who'll try and capitalise. Scrambling down, Ian Hesford there, near post, and it's out for a corner. Andy Melville is back on.
There's no doubt about it. If you've got someone and you can afford to leave them up, who's one of the legends up front like they are with Bernie Slaven, it's a massive advantage.
Hignett finds Alistair Griffin, fresh off the bench. Hignett into space now. Hignett to shoot, surely! Wonderful defending there by Rocky Marshall, who's certainly getting into this game now.
There's never a dull moment with him around, but I think Craig Hignett's made his yard, and he just hasn't hit the
Into the final 5 minutes of this game we go. 3/4 of the way through, folks. Sunderland, time running out for them if they're to draw level. We still have the option of the power play in which goals count double. Final 60 seconds of each half. Here comes Sunderland now. It's a 4-on-2 here. Can they make it count? It's Hubbard!
It's decent defending by Rivaldi there. I mean, what he's done is he's shown him, he hasn't dived in, he's just let him have the angle, but he's given him very little to aim at there. It's good defending, he hasn't dived in.
Craig Hubbard, a fitness instructor from Sunderland, his first football memory going to Roker Park as a 5-year-old, seeing them lose 4-0 to Spurs that day, sitting at the Fulwell end with his dad. Decent interception there and a vital one by Mark Stobart.
They're not easy to break down, Middlesbrough, I'll tell you that now. They went a goal up last night against us and I don't think we had a chance after it, so it's not an easy team to break down.
Mikael Beck, he doesn't look dissimilar to Jonathan Woodgate down there. You see that similarity?
Sorry?
Can you see that similarity?
What?
Jonathan Woodgate, Mikael Beck?
No.
Same floppy hair?
No. Oh, well, that's fine. He could look like a million other people then, couldn't he?
Don't know why I
bother. It? Just the hair?
Don't know why I bother.
Well, don't then.
I'm not going to. Mikael Beck finds Craig Hignett. What can the legends do here? They need to try and keep hold of the ball or at least find another goal and run this clock down. Alistair Griffin will come across to take the throw. Actually did a gig on Friday night, so I hear. Alistair Griffin. Here's Hignett now. Space to shoot, but opts for the pass. It's Beck. Lovely move. Hignett! What a goal that is! A wonderful team move. And Middlesbrough extend that lead, and Sunderland are on the ropes.
Well, we've had one fantastic individual goal from Bernie Slaven, and then the two legends have matched up together. Great little feint from Craig Hignett. He's had one or two decidedly dodgy shots, who decided to pass. Little feint, lovely ball back from Mikael Beck, and that's the way that you open teams up. Brilliant goal. Brilliant goal.
And ironically, it's the two players who are arguing about tactics at half-time that combine to give Middlesbrough a 2-goal lead. Beck forward. Let's go pit side. Get the reaction. Craig Johnston.
Craig Hignett, lovely goal.
Yeah, Becky's great vision from him, just rolled it across. It was a simple goal, really.
You were arguing before with the other goal scorer.
Yeah, I was fuming with him because he was being a bit greedy, not passing the ball, and we had a few words, but we're all right now.
Great, 2 each. Good luck.
Well, into the final 3 minutes we go then. Mikael Beck tries to skip away from Marshall. Still Mikael Beck!
I think he's half thought about just getting his foot under that and lifting it over the keeper there, and then realised maybe not, but he's already halfway through doing it.
From Big Brother, teasing ball in there. Sorry, Steve.
They've looked comfortable, Middlesbrough. You know, apart from the start where Sunderland had two reasonably good chances. They've not really been in this game, and it's been Middlesbrough who've controlled the main of it, the bulk of this game, definitely.
Decent chance now, it's Liam from Big Brother.
Thing is, you've always got the power play, haven't you? Even last night we were 2-0 down. You've always got the power play. If you get one in that, you're back on level terms.
Well, there's the effort from Liam McGough, who entertained us in the summer in the Big Brother house. Here's Bernie Slavin, who's entertaining us here all the way through the Premier League All-Stars, and he can't stop scoring. Gabbiadini, Marshall, Paul's over on the far side. Well, they're not going to do anything with balls like that, Steve. Time is running out.
No, I mean, they've been reasonably free scoring, but it hasn't been that way tonight. I mean, they've been the better side, Middlesbrough.
Here they go again, Middlesbrough could wrap things up here. It's Bernie Slavin, blocked away by Marshall.
I don't think he knew too much about that.
Middlesbrough making a change. Griffin goes off. No time wasting here. The clock has been stopped though, so they won't waste too many seconds. Slavin, back to Hignett, now to Havelock. Slavin, that was audacious.
Yeah, he's got a couple of glasses on. I'm glad he's held his hands up and put his head down, because Havelock and Hignett were giving him a pretty stern look there. I think they expected the ball back.
Well, the crowd once again start to count down to the power play. Still time. It's Byrne! And they needed Jim Platt to save them there, Middlesbrough. Sunderland know that a goal now will send it possibly to penalties. It would certainly level it at 2-2.
Chance.
And John Byrne goes ever so close.
Chance. Tony Rivaldi waited for that ball to come. John Burns nicked in front of him. I think he'd be disappointed. I think he probably thinks he might have scored.
Gabbiadini. Time running out. 30 seconds left. Hubbard plays it forward with that handball. Referee allows advantage. Gabbiadini down there. I think actually, Steve, they would have preferred the free kick. They've got a corner. Well, they haven't got a corner. I thought he pointed to the corner, didn't he? Turnover now. Hubbard with the challenge, but he's fouled Hignett.
Just breaks the game up. They'll love that, Middlesbrough. Now they can keep the ball, just play the clock down.
Stobart tries to play it forward. 10 seconds remaining. Borough have got the ball and there's nothing Sunderland can do about it. If they play this one smart, they'll be through to the final of the Premier League All-Stars. Final chance now. There goes the klaxon, and Middlesbrough have done it. Bernie Slavin sending Borough alongside Craig Hignett on their way to the Premier League All-Stars final. Up the Borough, they say, on they go. And it will be Middlesbrough in the final against either West Ham or Manchester United. Full-time score here in our opening semi-final. Middlesbrough 2, Sunderland 0.
There we are. We know our first finalist. Middlesbrough go through, beating Sunderland 2-0. Let's just have a quick word on Sunderland, lads. I think their man of the match was their fan, Craig Hubbard, the fitness instructor.
Yeah, he really went for it. He was going for it.
Yeah, indeed. But we've seen again, if you don't get forward in, you've got to push players forward, and if you don't get forward, you know, once you're 1-0 behind, you've got to push forward.
We got the second goal. We got Hignett's goal here. The two legends. Steve Claridge made a great point. Bernie Slavin, having Bernie Slavin up there is an out-and-out striker. You know, that's great play by Craig Hignett, passing and moving. But having this man up there who's experienced at that level, pinning the fans.
Yeah.
You get yourself isolated with one of the fans, you don't know that kind of experienced stuff. It's a major advantage. Steve Claridge made a great point.
That's right.
Sometimes I find that the pros only pass to each other. They had a chance to put it 3-0. But Slavin, he should have passed to number 7, Alistair Griffin, and he didn't. He tried something special himself. They could have put it beyond reach.
Okay. Tell you what, Beck and Hignett arguing at half-time turned out to be the best thing for Borough.
Well, it did. But after the break, we'll look back at Middlesbrough versus Sunderland, while Borough take a bit of a breather before the final. Then in the second half, we've got the next second semi-final, I should say, is going to be Manchester United. We're going to take on West Ham to decide who'll face them for the trophy. So we'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, the teams aren't just playing